Hello everyone, it's Jennifer and thank you for joining me today. I just recently posted a video making a necklace and a bracelet using some beads from the Potomac Beads Gilded Glamour Treasure Edition subscription box. We are going to continue. We're going to keep on going with the subscription box, and the last video, I'll put a link in the description below, and I love these red saucer beads that came in the box. And so we are going to be using some of those red saucer beads. After this project, I'm only going to have one left over, which is okay. We are also going to be using the clasp. There was a silver clasp that came with the box. We're also going to use some of these light topaz little 3mm beads and some of these square beads. So what I did was I took some wire. I have some, this is bright silver, and this is 20 gauge, and this is German style wire. And what I did was I did simple loops on both sides. Now, over on the camera, it probably isn't showing up, but you can, in person, you can see those small yellow beads a little bit better than what's probably coming through the camera. So I went ahead and already did a bunch of the loops and attached them or connected them using some 5mm jump rings. We need to finish this off because it's not long enough. So what I have here is I have another 3 sets. So we're going to do 3 sets together. And I am just absolutely in love with these red saucer beads. And let's go ahead, and I have the little clasp. So we're going to use the clasp. I was going to try and use that in the last demo, but I didn't get to it. I ended up using gold. We're also going to be using some small bell making pliers. We're going to be using the smallest barrel on here. And you're also going to need some chain nose pliers. I have some bent chain nose pliers and regular chain nose pliers, as well as a pair of flush cutters. I've already given this side a flush cut. And what I do, I usually have this kinked off, and I don't like to waste a lot of wire. So far out of that whole thing, I have about this much of waste. And I did have some extra little pieces here, but I'm going to be able to use them still. But what I did was, and you don't have to string it on right now since both ends are fairly straight, but I went ahead and just did it this way. So acting like I'm working from the spool. And we're going to go ahead and thread one of those little tiny yellow beads, saucer bead, square bead, another saucer bead, oops, another saucer bead, and another little yellow bead. Now, with your yellow beads, you see how this one isn't going any further? Some of them are like that, so that's why I have this little extra pile, and you don't want to force it through. All right, so there we have our beads. Then what I do is I just turn it over to the side, and I'm going to use the smallest end, and I am just going to make a simple loop. And I'm just twisting to get this to meet just like so. Then I'm going to take my chain nose pliers, put them right here at the base, and give it a little bit of a turn, kind of breaking the neck. Now what I want to do is do that same loop over here on this other side. And I'm just going to go ahead and bend my wire over, and then I'm cheating. I made a little card so that I knew exactly where the 1/2 inch was for that size loop. And I'm just going to put the tip of my card. The tip of my card is just going to go right there at the inside of the bend. And then I made my little mark where I need to cut. How's that? Then I know that I have enough and not too much for my loop. And so I'm going to go ahead and just start bringing that back. And then I want to make sure that when I look at my component, that the loops are pretty much like up and down so they're nice and even. So that's it. That's it. That's all we're doing. Yes, I'm doing simple loops. So now what I want to do is I want to give this end a flush cut, and we are going to do just these 3 together. And I'm going to go ahead and thread through one of the little topaz beads, one of the disc beads, one of the square beads, another disc bead, and again, that one's not going through. That's okay. This is 20 gauge wire. I wasn't even expecting them to go through at all, but they did. And again, I don't want everything to slide off, so that's why I just turn it on the side. And then I want my small barrel, and I want to make sure that my wire's not sticking out like this. I want to make sure it's flush in there so that I get a nice, good, clean wrap. And the reason why I'm using the bell making pliers is because then I know that every loop is the same size. I'm gonna go ahead and add, I'm gonna just put my chain, the tippy tip of my chain nose pliers right there, and then just go ahead and bend it, and then that's what you get. Okay, so now we're gonna come here. We're gonna go ahead and get this bent over. We're gonna bring up my fandy dandy little measuring tool here and have that right there on the inside. We're gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of a trim. We're giving it a flush cut trim, and then we're gonna go ahead, and you can do this either way. I think I was rolling this way, which is, I mean, it's okay, but it just feels a little more natural to roll out, but I'm just gonna go ahead and roll in. And you see how when you look at this, it's a little bent. So you see how the loops are not straight up and down, matching each other. So just go ahead and get that just like so. And there you go. It's a little bit more straight. All right, we have one more. Let's go ahead and make this a flush cut. Let's go ahead and add. You don't have to. You don't have to add your beads. But I feel like, I don't know. I guess it's just kind of my habit, my thing. It's my thing. And let's go ahead and add this last one. After we add this last one, there we go. Keep it on its side. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my barrel. Oop, I had it just a little too much in there. Go ahead and turn it until you get that. And I don't know if it's gonna come across in the video, but go ahead and just have your little tippy tip of your chain nose pliers and do that. And is that straight? Let me look, yep. Then we're gonna go ahead and come in with our chain nose pliers and give it a little bit of a bend, give it that 90-degree angle bend. Come in with our little card. And again, this is a 1/2 inch. It's a 1/2 inch for that size. Okay, we're gonna put this over to the other side because we can always use that for something else. We have our small barrel, and we'll go ahead and bring that up, and then we want to make sure that it is straight up and down, and it is, and my loops are going in the same direction. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and connect it. This is a really quick and fast and easy project. It took me forever to do this part because I was you know, still kind of in the designing phase, making sure that it was gonna go as I was expecting it to. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our jump ring, and these are little 5mm jump rings. And let's go ahead and close it off. And you wanna make sure that you get it nice and flush there. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I love this box, by the way, for this month. It's been incredible. I've made, like I said, the necklace and the bracelet set. We're making this one here. I don't have enough of the red saucer beads to make a matching pair of earrings or matching necklace or bracelet, but that's okay. And what is Potomac Beads Treasure Edition? It's a subscription box, and it is absolutely incredible, and comes to you every month. And then you can just, this design box doesn't come with instructions on designs or anything. You can design whatever you want to design. There is also a kit edition. So if you're not creative or feel like you're creative, or you just don't want to take the time to be creative, you can very easily subscribe to their kit edition. And it comes with 2 to 3 premium kits. And the kits are exclusive to the subscription. So you can't get those kits on the website. And so if you're just wanting to follow instructions, kit edition is really good. Kit edition is good no matter what. And let's see here. And there's lots of resources out there. I'm going to put a link in the description to the Potomac Beads YouTube channel. Incredible. All right, so let's go ahead and put these little guys away so I don't lose them, because they blend in with my mat. But we're already done. Now, it did take me a while to do all the other ones, but again, it was me trying to figure out what I was going to do. We'll use those for another project. Again, we don't have that many scraps. We have some little pieces here. That's it. But this is what we ended up with. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, this isn't going to be a choker. It's going to be similar to my other necklace, where it's just kind of sitting right around my neck, but not as a choker. And I think that's beautiful. I think adding the jump ring, for one thing, it helps the components all kind of flow with each other, but then also too, I think it breaks it up enough to where you see those pops of yellow. Again, the pops of yellow might not come out too well in the video, but in person it's popping out. I just love it. And the way that this clasp works is there's little nubbies right here, and all you got to do is just pull on them, right? I did a little squeeze, then you take it off. So you just pass that through, you squeeze, and link. Isn't that gorgeous? I'll get a picture of this and get it posted, and so you guys can check out this latest design. I'm not going to put the box away. The box is going to stay out, and we're going to continue working and designing with the box now. And if I end up with 1 or 2 little beads here and there, that's okay, but we're going to work through this box. So please give this video a huge thumbs up if you like it. Please comment. I'd love to see what everybody has to say, and subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.